Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Historically, when Bitcoin has had a negative June, it tends to bounce back strongly in July. Well, that's the hope, at least, coming from Ali charts here. In fact, Bitcoin has shown an average return of 7.98% and a median return of 9.6% during this month. So take a look at this chart, guys. A very interesting statistic here for Bitcoin in the month of July, which we are quickly approaching. July does begin tomorrow. If you guys are watching this video on the day that I'm releasing it, you can see that Bitcoin, following a negative June, has generally increased in July. And that happened once in 2013, once in 2018, and then 2020, 2021, and 2022, respectively. So that is an interesting metric to note. Of course, too, we are in a bull cycle, so very, very similar to what we saw back in 2020 and 2021. As of now, on the Bitcoin chart, we are seeing a bit of a reaction for Bitcoin. In the early hours of the morning, Bitcoin did rally up here. You guys can see that, did rally up about 1.6%. Right now, we're sitting at about 1% up, so we did see a bit of a spike there on the hourly. Currently, Bitcoin is trading in around $61,300 per coin. One of the other things here too that I noticed from Rect Capital was this, looking at Bitcoin and the weekly candle close, it's going to be closing today. So we're going to get the weekly candle close today. We will also be getting the monthly candle close today. Positive initial reaction from the base of the pattern, which is also confluent support on old all-time high area. Okay, guys, check this out. Down wicks below the pattern in orange. You guys can see that in here on the chart, are fine as long as price ultimately weekly closes inside the structure. So what we're looking at here, we need Bitcoin to close, even though we did see that wick. So this is the weekly candlestick chart here. We did see that wick down below this trend line here, this downward channel. And he's saying so long as we close the weekly above that trend line, we are actually in a pretty good spot. So if I throw this back on here, let me throw it on the weekly here. You guys can see I have those trend lines plotted on here, and you can see Bitcoin is, well, it is moving up. I mean, the direction over the wee hours of the morning was upward. So hopefully we see that, the wick is the only part of this candlestick that does go below this trend line here. And hopefully we do close up above in this, in this same region, getting up above this orange square. Ultimately, I'm feeling positive for Bitcoin. That is hopefully going to get the rest of the crypto market up too. Right now, we have got neutral sentiment slowly creeping back up. As I think I've said now, I think this is the third day, 45 in neutral sentiment. The market is slowly creeping up to 0.28% of an increase since yesterday. 24-hour volume, though, that's going down, so not as much trading as we've seen. Bitcoin dominance sitting at 53.5%. A mix of green and red today, although we're not seeing a lot of movement in the crypto space. Again, the volume has decreased quite significantly. So confidence has to re-enter Bitcoin before we start to see the rest of these coins move. And if I throw this on the monthly, what are we seeing here for the monthly? Well, still a pretty positive outlook for Bitcoin. We haven't really dipped down, gone below any kind of significant level that would suggest a bear market, despite the fact that there are naysayers out there suggesting, no, we are in a bear market. We would need something like this to denote that we are, in fact, in a bear market. But we are still just trading sideways right now, guys, post-halving, similar to what we saw back in 2020 before that pop-off top. So this is the next phase. This is what we are to expect in 2024 and throughout 2025. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months consecutively of bullish movement. And then we saw a bit of a downturn and then another upswing there. That was different than what we saw back in 2016 and 2017, where we did see a bit more of a mix moving upward. And then near the top, even though we did see some negative months, we did finalize the euphoria phase with 3 consecutive very, very bullish months. So we are not even close to that yet, guys. We are not seeing that on the chart right now. We are just reaccumulating before that move to the upside. XRP right now, still following that same trend, following what altcoins are doing too, still trading in and around 47.5 cents. So we're not seeing too much in terms of XRP movement, unfortunately. Wanted to thank Rect Capital, though, and Ali Charts just for posting those statistics, and I will link these in the description of the video for you if you are interested in analyzing them further. XRP drops here posting this. So Mica is live today, guys. Today is June the 30th. These are when the MiCA rules are coming into play. Along with the recent statements from the SEC and the CFTC, MiCA will really set the tone for crypto regulation globally. So it doesn't look like it's going to be US regulations that'll set the tone. It's looking as though it's going to be Europe that decides how the cryptocurrency game is played throughout the world. Watch this.
Question is, how do you think other regions will look to regulate crypto?
So I feel MiCA, along with the recent statements from the SEC and CFTC, will really set the tone for crypto regulation globally. This is that crypto assets and the digital asset industry as a whole needs to meet the same standards in such things as governance, transparency, and prevention of market abuse that applies to traditional marketplaces. For market abuse more specifically, it's going to be very similar to the impact of MAR when that came in the EU as well. The additional detail provided by the MiCA rules and the practical steps in their eventual application are going to be watched very tightly by, I would say, almost every other jurisdiction in the world as they're writing their own crypto regulations right now.
So Micah is here, guys, setting the stage for how, maybe not how all cryptocurrency regulations are going to look, but definitely setting the pace, because now there is a standard. There is a standard in the EU, and other countries can now take pointers and, maybe take some notes on how stablecoins are being issued and regulated. And this is, I think, going to set the tone for how we're going to see, the further regulation and further adoption for other cryptocurrencies like these real world assets that are going to be useful not just for payments, but for other types of transactions, the kinds of coins like XRP that can be the trendsetters, creating value over the respective platforms because they can tokenize everything. Guys, there's a reason XRP is not $20 right now, but will command a price of $20 and likely much higher as the years go on. So wanted to thank XRP Drops there for pointing that out. Another cryptocurrency here that's finding its footing when it comes to real-world utility is VeChain. Another piece of news here, VeChain has advanced sensor networks with POA protocols for fast, secure transactions. So another update here from the VeChain camp. VeChain's blockchain solutions have been implemented in every other sector from healthcare and supply chain management to sustainability and carbon credit trading. The latest, though, is sensor networks. Okay, VeChain Thor providing a secure and efficient platform for network nodes to exchange and verify information. Wireless sensor networks, okay, or WSNs, combine wireless communication, sensing, and computation. According to the latest research published by the Journal of Scientific and Industrial Research, blockchain technology can elevate WSNs, guaranteeing uprightness and reliability of sensor hub estimations. Colin Brown did recently tweet about this. I will link this article in the description if you want to get to his tweet there. In this paper, though, researchers from 3 leading universities in India noted that blockchain could improve the security of WSNs by mitigating malicious attacks, offering enhanced resilience to network communication and transmission. And they noted this down here. The blockchain takes into account straightforward and unchanging records of information trades inside the organization, empowering the recognizable proof of any strange or unapproved exercises. Utilizing blockchain also contributes to optimized storage. With its decentralized ledger technology, blockchain distributes data to multiple nodes in the network, eliminating the need for a central database. So we're seeing more utility for the VeChain blockchain. Started out as a supply chain management solution for big companies in China, starting off in China, but they've been partnered with companies like Walmart in China specifically, McDonald's in China, BMW as well. And, now they're branching out, I guess, developers that are developing on the VeChain Thor network. They're realizing the blockchain, it's very capable of contributing to more and taking a larger slice of that pie when we do finally see real-world adoption creeping into this space. So a company primarily located in China. I have a feeling, though, that VeChain is likely to expand worldwide, probably in Asia first, and then eventually dominating larger segments of the world, perhaps creeping into North America at some point. The VeChain price right now, we're seeing it trading at around 2.5, just over 2.5 cents. So, just kind of compared to that high that we saw back in April of 2021, we are still seeing a VeChain down 90% off that high. And even just recently, VeChain did go up to about 5.5 cents. And we're seeing it did decrease now almost 53%. So one of these coins here that does provide real world value that you can still purchase at a steal of a deal, guys. This is the accumulation phase. So I hope everybody is stocking up. Wanted to thank Eisenreich for posting that. Some Ripple partner news here from Flutterwave EFCC partnership, guys. This was the latest from just yesterday. In an era where digital transactions have become the lifeblood of global commerce, the recent partnership between Flutterwave, Africa's leading payment technology company, and Nigeria's Economic and Financial Crimes Commission marked a watershed moment in the continent's fight against cybercrime. So it's looking as though Flutterwave may be branching out too, maybe moving beyond payments. Down here it says, at first glance, the partnership might seem like an unlikely alliance. However, Flutterwave, a darling of Africa's burgeoning tech scene, joining forces with the government agency can often be viewed with skepticism. They're saying down here, though, the collaboration could be exactly what's needed to turn the tide against cybercrime in Africa. The timing of this partnership cannot be more critical, as Africa rapidly digitalizes with millions of new internet users coming online each year, the continent has become a prime target for cyber criminals. It doesn't give too many details. Let's go down here. They just mention that the technology can help. This approach tackles the root cause of the problem, addressing the lack of opportunities that often drive young people towards illegal activities. I'm not seeing where they actually spell out, here, I guess, identifying digital transactions. So going to be the middleman there for these law enforcement agencies in Africa to help track down cyber criminals, most likely money laundering, considering crime. They set up here in the article that crime is fairly high in Africa, and that has been accelerated since the beer flu pandemic. So there you guys go. Another Ripple partner here working with law enforcement. So, first starting in cross-border payments in the continent of Africa, doing really well with that. So much so that the law enforcement agencies have said, okay, let's partner up with these guys. Let's leverage their capabilities and their advanced technology to catch cyber criminals, likely using cryptocurrency or, DLT technology to transfer illicit funds. So great news here coming from Africa with Ripple partner Flutterwave. Another great piece of Ripple partner news, guys. Airwallex, Australia and New Zealand report steady growth with significant increase in revenue. Check this out. Global payments and financial platform for modern businesses, Airwallex, has continued on its growth trajectory, delivering a 93% increase year over year. Airwallex also reports that it recorded stable growth year over year, up to 84%, while global transaction volume grew at a 68% rate year over year. Thus far, FY24 Airwallex has experienced significant momentum across its ANZ business, including the launch of Airwallex Yield, an Australian first-of-its-kind product offering more than double the rates of the big banks. And here's a quote, guys. Despite the tough macroeconomic environment, our continued growth across Australia and New Zealand is a testament to our strong product fit for modern businesses seeking to scale. Australia will always be an important market for us, not just because it's where we started, but because its history as a payment innovator incubator makes it fertile ground for Airwallex to introduce revolutionary solutions like Yield and Airwallex for startups. So looks like they are also expanding. This growth does follow Airwallex becoming cash flow positive in 2023. So it took them a while to become cash flow positive, but by leveraging, a superior technology, drilling down, likely cutting fees to take out their opponents, they've gained more market share, and it has paid off. Across 23 locations globally, including 200 team members across its Sydney and Melbourne offices, and they have plans to continue growing its local footprint to support its expanding customer base, which includes over 100,000 businesses globally. And so they're looking at brands like Qantas, Stake, Kogan, and more. As covered, Airwallex is a global financial platform for modern businesses, and they are hungry to unlock new opportunities and grow beyond their borders of Australia. So it's looking as though they are growing too, guys, thanks to superior technology, namely RippleNet leveraging XRP. And Anders here bringing us some more information with regards to Mojaloop, another Ripple connection there. Mojaloop has a new technological lead. Julie Guetta is their new lead here. She had a prior role at Partior, which has JP Morgan and DBS as founding shareholders. So that's an interesting connection there. Mojaloop has the potential to significantly increase the adoption of the Interledger protocol. We know that they do have a connection to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and also do leverage XRP. One of their big mandates is to bank the unbanked in Africa. There's also an upcoming project for the Comesa region that has the potential to be groundbreaking. This is a quote, by the way. If we achieve adoption and therefore volume on the platform, it will be the first cross-border implementation supporting multiple domestic currencies live beyond the proof of concept stage. So looks like they are going live very, very soon. Also just wanted to remind you, or rather Anders here posting this as a bit of a reminder back in April. Talino Venture Studios and Kimonix International did launch Higala, a startup that will build the Philippines' first inclusive instant payment system. Okay, and this is also going to leverage Mojaloop's open source instant payment platform for peer-to-peer and merchant payments. So that is also big news. We know the Philippines does also have regulations in place that allows them to leverage XRP to transact. And so Mojaloop is taking advantage of that and moving into the Philippines to integrate the Higala ecosystem. It seems like, at first it was businesses starting to just, do their trials, their sandboxes, leveraging cryptocurrency technology like XRP in, real kind of straightforward use cases. But now, these ecosystems are growing and they're integrating. The interoperability has, provided these companies an opportunity to integrate with other companies or other countries, other financial institutions. And since we're, a lot of these banks are now on an ISO 20022 standard, it's becoming easier as well. So down here, he mentions members of Mojaloop do include the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Google, Ripple, and the Interledger Foundation. So, you can't deny this is going to be big, guys. He also does post some other sources down here. If you guys are interested, I will link this tweet in the description of the video for you. Gonna keep moving along because I happen to see this is an oldie but a goodie. The Federal Reserve will use XRP to bridge money from A to B, or at least it is a theory. Here's an interview clip with Daniela Cambone. The financial system is changing, and the U.S. has to be ready.
So the paths are leading to some form of a digital currency. So do you think it's coincidence that we're now at the exact same moment seeing executive orders and mandates come out, and in it there is talk of a coming Federal Reserve digital dollar?
No, it's par for the course as far as I am concerned. I mean, how far along they are, I'm not certain. I have looked into this fairly deeply. There is some talk of going on the back of, let's say, an XRP or some other currency that's out there now that's functioning well and has been basically tested, and then putting a CBDC on top of that. That certainly could be achieved. And if it were, it could expedite how quickly this comes to the fore.
Getting money from A to B will use an XRP. Now, they're talking about this in the context of a CBDC. You can build a CBDC on top of XRP. Of course, we still need comprehensive regulation in place. And, this is just a theory too. This is not happening imminently. But this gentleman does talk about XRP being integrated into the US financial system. And now that we have the micro regulations, we might actually see this become expedited a lot sooner. So I wanted to thank Jack the Rippler just for reminding us of that. Guys, also remember Brad Garlinghouse did say this, okay? XRP is in such a unique position and the market hasn't kind of rewarded that. What did he mean by that? XRP still down, okay? This is just a chart, some statistics here. Returns, 1 week, it's been down 3.3%. Over 1 month, it's down 10.5%. 1 year returns down 1.6%. Return year to date down 23. The market cap is at 26.4 billion, and annualized volatility at 92.7. So these are just some of the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market capitalization. XRP has not been rewarded, and what Brad Garlinghouse meant by this is we've got clarity. So why isn't XRP performing better than other cryptocurrencies, or at least as good as some of the other altcoins in the space? And guys, you know what this boils down to? Crypto hype, speculation, but also real world volume. So that brings me to this, DexFi here posting this. Look at what your new API delivered, the XRP trading volume since 2013. I just wanted to expand that to show you guys. This is just a quick little video here that he does post within his tweet. And you can see zoomed in here, you can see this is April, May, and June of 2024. You can see all that volume, and the blue represents AMM volume. You can see that that has gone up significantly since the AMMs were launched. But if you keep going and scrolling and you zoom out, you can actually see how little volume that actually is. Back when the lawsuit deemed XRP not a security back last year, we did see a bit of a spike of activity throughout July and August. But then, guys, if I zoom out, let's keep zooming out here, you can see there was some more volume during 2021 and 2022 during the bull market. But guys, look at how much that is dwarfed compared to 2016 and 2017. So these are 2016, 2017 numbers. What gives? Shouldn't we be seeing more volume, not less volume? XRP drops bringing this to our attention. The XRPL trading volume since 2013. So that same metric here, with the all-time high of 2018, the XRP trading volume has been at an absolutely low level for 6 years. Between 2015 and 2018, many banks and institutions used XRP in pilot projects. Regulatory clarity in the US will give major banks and institutions the opportunity to use XRP legally. So guys, could that change the amount of volume that we eventually see? In combination with other use cases such as tokenization, the volume will exceed the period of pilot projects many times over and increase demand for XRP. So right now the volume is low. We have seen it way higher in the past, and that is decentralized exchange volume when everybody was FOMOing in. And even this past bull run, guys, you got to remember we did have XRP delisted from many exchanges during this period, so we did not see that type of that same type of FOMO that we saw back in 2016 and 2017. But I have a feeling it's likely to be very different. I have a feeling we could even exceed these volumes if if we do see real world utility coupled with a spec market, coupled on top of that with all these exchanges relisting XRP. So we know that has already happened. And even a Ripple employee is saying, why is it taking so long to reach $20 per XRP? So Jasmine Cooper here, who is a Ripple employee, strategic advisor, and client solutions director at Ripple, she did comment on the price of XRP. People are asking, why is it taking so long for XRP to reach $20? And she's saying it is possible. And she's giving us a reason why it's not there yet. They're building the revolutionary payment system on the XRP ledger, integrating with global CBDCs for faster, more efficient transactions. And so I'm not going to play you guys this clip, but I will link this in the description. It is interesting that she posts this clip and this screen grab here. The XRPL is a high-performance open source layer 1 blockchain built on a federated Byzantine agreement consensus algorithm. So just kind of outlining and defining how what the XRPL is. It looks as though she took this tweet from Cypress Domenicor here, because Mr. Man did post this. C. Domenicor, does this seem familiar to you? Jasmine Cooper did respond, it does. And so, yeah, here was the original Cypress Domenicor tweet from June 2024 showing those same clips. So it looks as though Jasmine Cooper is following the XRP community. And it even seems as though she agrees XRP could reach $20 per coin, but we still do have to build out, guys. We still do have to see the volume exceeding these low amounts, similar to what we saw in 2016, 2017, but likely far beyond that if we do in fact see real-world utility coupled with this speculative market come the end of 2024 and into 2025. But that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.